Hey there, lifestyle lovers. This is Anastasia with LSM TV. I am currently here with Rod Stevens at the Hotwives of Phoenix events. So Rod Stevens totally sounds like a porn star name. Are you a porn star?
No, but I do shoot film. Yeah, I'm presently making a documentary called Open, A Journey Through Love that seeks to destigmatize ethical non-monogamy and examine the profound positive effects it can have on individuals and relationships.
That is freaking awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
The seed for this project was planted last June at a lifestyle event called PCAP in Palm Springs. And so I've been working on it since then. I've traveled over 25,000 miles and shot, at this point, a little over 80 hours of footage, interviewed dozens of couples, individuals, therapists, podcasters, relationship coaches, authors, and have tried to span experiences from, say, DTF swingers and hotwives to people in polyamorous relationships, because it's the entire umbrella of ethical non-monogamy that I believe creates an environment in which people have the opportunity to grow quite a bit and for their relationships to grow. And so I'm really trying to cover the whole thing, not just polyamory or swinging, but just how the experience of E&M can impact individuals and couples.
That's really cool. So most people who are on my page know that I'm in college. So I'm in college for psychology, and so everything that you're saying, I'm totally down for. As a matter of fact, my sociology teacher just told me about an event. It's a Southwest Love Fest. Have you heard of it?
We will be there. Yeah, we're not actually attending the event because it's in fact right now, but we're racing down there Sunday after we get done here to interview Kate and Sarah of Southwest Love Fest and Libby Sinback.
Well, I'm actually extremely envious that you get to do that. I paid for the recordings of all the seminars and lectures so I can go back and watch it later, because I want more education, with what I do, whether I'm working on TV or whether I'm helping people through Instagram that come to me and are asking questions. I want to be able to embrace them and help them. And you should not be ashamed of who you are, and so many people are. What got you started? What created this dream for you and this vision?
What happened was about 2 years ago, I stumbled upon a lifestyle podcast and then another and another. And I was on these long road trips. So I ended up listening, in one case, to 7 years of this couple's relationship in 7 days. So I got this compressed view. And a component of this that I always think is relevant is that I have autism. So I tend to see everything in broken down components. And it literally looked like just a mathematical equation to me, how the lifestyle was impacting their self-esteem and communication and authenticity and intimacy, and I just was hooked. And I kept talking to my partner about it and saying, sex with other people sounds fun and all. That's not the point here. This amazing relationship we can have, whether we have sex with other people or not. It's just even being exposed to that atmosphere and asking those questions. And it just became something I was super passionate about. And I would say I've come to learn, honestly, the thing that draws me with the most veracity into this community is the authenticity. It's the fact that I feel like people are just way more prone to being authentic selves, as opposed to out in what we sometimes call the vanilla world, where everybody's guarded, and I don't do well with that because I'm very much an open book. And so to meet all these other people that are way more open, it's been like finding home for me.
And I'm just like you. I love how open everyone is, and there's this common stigma that it tears apart your relationship and the jealousy and the insecurities. But out here, and everyone that I meet, 99% of them, they don't have that problem. It's the exact opposite. They're able to embrace not only who they are, but their fantasies and what they want to enjoy. There's no shame left. And even those who do have a little bit of it, people like you and I are able to coach them through that so they can be like, oh my gosh, my life is so much better than what it was. And so the experience with you and your partner, when you were discussing these things with her, what was her emotional response?
So at first, we had started to learn a little bit about the lifestyle and that sort of thing, and we were intrigued, but we both had our insecurities to work through. Then when I listened to all these podcasts, for me, that was literally like living in the lifestyle for a period. So I got to understand clearly how much safer it is than we think it is, how much of an accepting and also consent-forward type of dynamic it is. So I started to feel very safe and comfortable with it, whereas she was only hearing little, an episode here or there. And so it just came down to, I literally spent a few weeks taking notes to try to distill, how do I take all this that I'm learning about how these relationships are and then express that in ways where, because I can be overwhelming. I can sit down and say, listen, we're going to talk for 8 hours while I tell you all this stuff. And so I had to figure out, how do I distill that down into something that is digestible? And then I kind of ended it with just, do you trust me? I just needed her to trust me enough to know there's no ulterior motive here. There's no, I'm just trying to convince you to consider this so I can get a double blowjob. It's like, no, it's the relationship stuff. And she knew that about me. She knew that was very important stuff to me. So she just went along with it enough we just started focusing on our own personal growth. How do we learn to communicate better than we had before? Because part of the thing we both knew was, you can't just dive into ethical non-monogamy if you've been conditioned in this other way. You've got to strengthen yourself and your relationship. You've got to prepare for it. And so that's what we focused on. And to me, that was where all the amazing and rewarding growth was from, was that challenging ourselves. It's just the experience of how you're challenging your old thoughts, and that stuff is just so rewarding to me, that we've been quite satiated,
I love that. And I think so many people, when they look at the lifestyles, the first thing they think is, oh, well, I have to do this and I have to do that. And that's absolutely not the case. Everything's about consent and understanding and talking through it and self-reflection. Well, I'm upset. Why am I upset? What am I experiencing? What is this emotion, and how can I process it? How can I explain it to my partner so that we can work better together? I'm going to have to find your documentary. Is it going to be like on YouTube or?
We just a few weeks ago released our first clip from the documentary, just a preview of it. It's a 5.5-minute video. It can be found at, the website is openjourneylove.com. We're also, our YouTube channel is at openjourneylove. We're on Instagram at openjourneylove. And then we're on Twitter, it was before we started the documentary, it's at swingtroverts, because we're very introverted. But yeah, going through any of those routes, you'll be able to find, we have the preview out, which really gives you a sense of the type of tone and you'll just see in the video my abundance of enthusiasm for it, because I'm very passionate about this project.
Well, I've now become a huge fan. This is going to be amazing. I hope our paths are able to cross again.
Indeed.
So thank you.
You bet. Thank you.